I'm Dawn, also known as Knittinwolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We're in the month of March, and our scent of the month for March is lavender. It's one of our, I guess, all-time best sellers. You know, get 25% off everything in our shop that is scented in that fragrance. So our soaps, lotions, candles, bath salts, the works. Plus we have other sale items as well, so swing on by, check that out, help support the podcast. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. Got a couple items on the list. We'll see how it goes. And
those include farm happenings, in the coop, flown the coop, squeal like a pig, in the arena, and roundup.
Yeah, a whole page full. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there.
And we're coming to you from California,
yeah.
Southern California, so we got the accent going on here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, on the day after somebody's birthday.
Oh, yeah, yep. So. I've aged. Of course, I stopped counting it at 25, so I'm still 25. We've come to the conclusion that we're just going to stop aging when we're 23 and 25. It's just
we remember those numbers.
Yeah, we're still youthful at heart like that. Just watch our podcast and you'll see. We really haven't aged past that point anyways, so.
And if you're new, this is husband.
This is wife.
Well, you could just
so get the little pointer arrows, husband, wife, you know, the flashy editing on our podcast.
Well, you could be my shack up or something.
Well, I could just be the guy you found walking on the street
and just corner.
Come here, sit here. I need something to balance out this podcast. So.
Which when I was 16, you did follow me home. So.
Yeah, I can't help it. You didn't bring home strays. Now you're stuck with me. It is what it is.
So farm happenings.
Farm happenings. So what was happening on the farm this week?
In sunny California, we had a big rainstorm this past Monday. Mm-hmm. And it was Jimmy's first time driving to college in pouring friggin' rain.
Well, let's clarify. He hasn't driven in the rain at all. Yeah. You know, since he's gotten his, you know, since we've been, you know, getting him ready for his license, and since he got his license, it's all sunny. It's sunny in Southern California. That's why we live here. You know, the weather's always good. Well, Monday is the first time, you know, we're watching a week out. Oh, it's going to rain Sunday, and then it moved into Monday, and then Dawn gets kind of into her panic mode because she's like, oh, should I drive with him? I'm like, just ask if he's okay. You know, he's very cautious, so we don't have to worry about that. But not only was it like rain, not like a little sprinkle, but this was like rain, like monsoon rain.
Flood rains. Because we live in a desert, so it flood rains.
Yeah. It doesn't rain, but when it does, it pours. And not only that, he gets
to school, and I get the text, it's snowing. I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm like, are you sure that's snow? And he goes, Mom, I could tell. It was white. White snow.
Yeah, he videoed it. You could see the flakes coming down. I'm like, oh, nice. You know, here we were having, 80-degree weather the week before, and now it's snowing,
You know, all my gardens are planted, and I'm like...
Fortunately, it didn't get cool enough to cause them any harm, but it just briefly snowed in our area, and hail in other areas. Yeah. You know, I saw some, like Ranch of the Oaks, I think, was posted up. Hail on her Instagram.
I'm like, Ranch of the Oaks, like... Nettie.
I like, because I follow people on Instagram.
You're thinking Rancho Vista, something that's
no, like what's her name from? I can't think of her name.
Nettie.
Yeah, from Ranch the Oaks.
Yeah.
She videoed the hail. I'm like, oh, yeah. And someone else mentioned hail down in L.A. and I'm like, yeah, freaky weather. Typical, it cycles through, so. But yeah, that was...
As you can tell, we're in...
Jimmy's like completely, no problem, and panic, Mom.
Pure panic, I just... the mini hats we wear.
So at least, here's the upside to having it just like the like extreme weather. It's like next time it's like, oh, it's just sprinkling.
Yeah.
You'll be a little more relaxed. So it's not one of those things that you need to panic about, because he's already driven now in rain, monsoon rain, and snow. So it's all good.
He found his defrosters.
Yeah. Learning all them little buttons on the car.
Yep.
So
and then we had your birthday.
Yep. I aged.
Yep.
I aged a day between yesterday and today. So, but no, we had I went out to breakfast with Jimmy on the morning. Because usually I do like garage selling with Don's dad. We usually run around, but he was sick, and so. I think Jimmy was trying to fill his place doing the garage sale thing with me and the breakfast. So we kind of cruised around, and I think we stopped at one garage sale, but then went to breakfast because I had someone coming by in the morning, and I had to be here for that. So I had to cut it short anyway. So it kind of worked out. So we just kind of cruised around and talked, and then went to breakfast, and I stuffed him full, and
he'll do anything for food.
He's like, oh, there's a lot of hash browns. I don't think I'm going to be able to eat all these. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Don't make yourself sick. Yeah, so the place we go is like, you could feed 2 people off of what they give you normally. So usually when I order, I'm like, no, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that, because I've been kind of watching what I eat since the start of the year, and so I'm like, no, I don't want any of the I don't want biscuits, gravy, I don't want toast, I don't want the hash browns or potatoes. Just give me fresh fruit, something.
Which is better for you since you're diabetic.
Yeah, it's all good. So, but so we went to breakfast, and that was fun, and I gotta open up my cards. Well, first thing actually, we've got to open up my cards and my gift. So one of the things, Dawn always complains that I don't pick stuff for myself, that I don't. So usually she has to end up getting me clothes. So actually, boring. I went to Death Valley here a couple weeks ago, and I was with one of my friends from work that is, photography extraordinary, like is got a lot of toys. Yeah. So we got talking about gear, and so he pulled out his tripod, and he's got had a what they call carbon fiber tripod, and carbon fiber is really strong material, but it's super lightweight, so it's very rigid but lightweight. And I'm lugging around this aluminum tripod that I use that it's good and stable, but lugging it around up a hill, it's like
That's aluminum?
Yeah, it's aluminum. It weighs 9 pounds, and this is my smallest one. I actually have bigger ones, but 9-pound tripod that I use and lug around when I'm taking pictures, and I get my workout. But after seeing his tripod, that carbon fiber, it's like wow. So I got I need one of those kind of thing, and so for my birthday, Dawn got me a carbon fiber tripod. Now this thing. It extends, without even the center column going up, it extends right to eye level. This has got a lot of reach. It's a Manfrotto brand. It's a good one. This is typically, all of my tripods are Manfrotto or Bogan. It used to be called Bogan. But this thing is like half the weight. It's like 4 point something pounds. It's like, ooh, I like that. I could actually carry this thing around, all day long and not have any issues. I can strap that to my camera backpack and go hiking with it because it's so lightweight. So I'm excited about it. So I haven't had an opportunity to go hiking with it since yesterday. Believe it or not, I haven't gone off hiking, but maybe tomorrow, because Dundee he wants to go hiking. That's what he keeps telling me. He keeps sitting by the Xterra when I'm out with him and looks back like, are we gonna go somewhere? So I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to venture out and have a little fun with him and do some hiking. What's that look for?
I'm trying to figure out how you're going to manage that one.
Why?
Because Jimmy will have his car.
Unless I let him take yours. That's right. That will be an issue, huh?
Yeah.
See, I forgot about that. I guess I got to go hiking today. It's windy and everything else, but not the best weather. But we'll figure it out. Let him drive my car. Huh?
Yeah, that'd be.
Don't hit any curbs. Don't hit any curbs. So anyways, but yeah, all in all, my birthday was good. Got new camera equipment and food, and we went and got pizza last night for us. So, yeah. What?
Nothing.
You give me a look like I'm not saying something that you're wanting.
Oh, I'm still trying to picture Jimmy driving your car.
Oh,
And it's like, ooh.
No, so I guess we're into the coop.
Into the coop. Into the coop. In my bird leg bag is my Scrappy Happy Blanket number 2. And I did a whole bunch of them on this. Ooh, that's gonna go flying.
What? The remote?
Yeah. So here's one side. And this is a real scrappy blanket because a lot of my minis, my leftovers are running out of on the end. So the little
See, if you're doing the smaller squares, it probably would have worked. But
yeah,
these little larger ones are eating up too much yarn.
So
don't eat yarn.
And then I started a new row down here, and that's another one that has two-tone. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're using it
But
up.
This one's already getting really big. So,
Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking warm.
I love these. We use my other one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's tight knit, so there's no.
Yes, when you knit it super warm.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the crocheted ones, just are a nice.
Well, they
throw.
keep you warm, but not nearly as warm as those with the tight knit. So
Yeah, and that is a pattern by Georgie Nicholson called the Memory Blanket. That's a free pattern. What?
I'm looking at your.
Oh. So then, in the coop, let's see.
All right.
I just did a little bit of this. This is my I Smell Snow socks in my Studio in the Green sock sack, which I love because it's a dual
compartment.
Dual compartment. The poop. I like poop, obviously.
We're entertained. Like I said, we haven't aged past 23,
12.
25. So.
Yeah, so I did just a little bit on this because I switched out my needles because in Squeal Like a Pig, I got another set of the Hiya Hiya bamboos. I'll just show it now since I'm yammering about it. Yeah. Hiya Hiya bamboos, 2.25. Love these. And I feel like I can knit longer. Not that I knit long on this one. You'll see something else. But it doesn't, my hands doesn't cramp up.
They don't fatigue as quickly.
So I did just a little bit because I wanted to knit on these. And then my Dicky Doo, James made me a whole bunch of these because I love hearing the little bell. I still hear the bell ring. So, yeah, I just love that every now and then you hear ding dong.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, I need to make some ones, just the regular stitch markers that your needles go through as opposed to the clippy ones.
And these I am keeping track. Oh, the yarn is Juliana's Fiber. And the I Smell Snow colorway. 80/20 merino nylon. Love it. Just super soft. And I am keeping really detailed notes of how many rows in my ribbing, how many rows in my stockinette stitch, so that when I come to the second one, it can be exactly.
You don't have a sock that goes above the ankle and one goes to the knee.
I mean, because you can measure with the tape measure, but it's
still not.
I gotta have the exact number.
Someone's got,
and if it was an odd number, I would have to, because it's like 24 for the cuff, and it's got to be a good number. So then in my slip stitch studio bag that James and Jimmy got me the whole set years and years ago.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah. She was like the only bag maker back yonder.
Yonder when?
Well, her and Faye. Silver Pumpkin were like the only bag makers
Yep,
back
back in the day.
Back in the day. And so my little chicken. And my other one, the big bag, is this fabric. And the, what was that thing that you put your pattern in? You got
the
me,
folder, the
yeah,
pattern holder.
You got me
thing.
the whole set. So
You slide it in. It's got the plastic, and you can fold it.
Yeah. So this is the Hermiones sock, which I think everybody has knit. This is my first time knitting it. Because I kind of, when I first started knitting socks years ago, I only did pattern socks. It wasn't until we started the podcast that I tried just plain socks. So, but these are ones I never have done. This is Hermione's Everyday Socks by Erica Luter, and she has a whole series of different like Harry Potter themed sock ones that are free. So it is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I am loving this pattern. No wonder everybody has knit it. So, and you can tell I love it.
Been going to town.
Yeah, and these are on the Hiya Hiya bamboos, 2.25, and the yarn is Sunshine yarn. Sunshine yarn. It's superwash sock yarn. I still don't understand why it says superwash sock yarn when it is 100% merino wool.
Have to look them.
Not that it matters, because I have socks from 10 years ago that I still wear that have never had holes that is only merino wool. I've never been concerned about the whole nylon thing because I've never had issues. So this is the Hogwarts colorway, and I'm doing this for the Inside number 23 podcast and along. So the pattern, which is Hermione from Harry Potter, and then the yarn is also Hogwarts. Yeah. So it's kind of both goes.
Exactly.
So
you get your little jingly bell
marker
on it.
Way down here, my jingle bells. So yep, I've done a lot, and I'm almost to the toe, but I got tired out and other cast-ons this week. Otherwise, this would have been done, but it'll get done when it gets done. There's no rush.
Yeah, every so often on the couch, she'd hold it up. Look, I'm like, okay, yeah, moving right along. I always tell when she's got a happy knit.
Yeah, because you just want to
big grin and it's shown as opposed to that the talking under the breath. It's like,
I love this pattern, and it's one that you can knit while watching TV because we were watching Terminator Genesis. Mm-hmm. So, and you're able to just knit without really looking, So, yeah, I'm loving these, and I loved the heel. It's a
is that a different type of heel than you've done?
Yeah, let me see if it's just on. Can't remember what she had called this kind of heel. It's a heel flap heel, but can't remember now what. I thought it would be on the pattern page, and it's not.
Yeah.
But I love the heel. It's something mock something. It's a bird, partridge.
Something. Mockingbird.
Mock bird.
Another one.
So, anyways, it's free. But I've always loved a heel flap. They just seem to fit nicer. And I need to do you one, or you can do you one. Because you've done a true afterthought. So on your socks that you would knit, but.
It's been a while since I've done socks.
Yeah, I don't think you enjoyed it.
I forget even which ones I did at the moment.
I think they were your s'mores.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got, that just reminded me, I just
hungry.
got, the s'mores coffee the other day. Because I was looking for my Dunkin' Donuts chocolate donut coffee. And they didn't have it, but they had s'mores.
But even
Dunkin'.
better,
yeah,
s'mores.
And it's really good. It's got a real marshmallowy taste to it.
Cool.
More than chocolate taste. So I guess I could.
Should have some graham cracker in there too, huh?
Now
so
we're gonna make me all hungry. So then, of course, I had to cast on a new project because, see, all my things are going together this week. Because in Squeal Like a Pig, I was gifted a pattern from Lorraine. Let me find it. She is made in England. And she gifted me the Wendy Sky shawl by Debbie Reese. And I had mentioned this last week because the Periscoping Sisters was one of the podcasts I had mentioned, and she's the designer of this. And it is so pretty. So I was so excited when I got that little pop-up message, and I'm like, because I had the bag, I had the yarn, needles, everything ready. It's just, I was like, so here's what it looks like. And it's in my Tina bag that she gifted me. Little happy frogs. And I am using, let's get this out of the way first. I am using Solar Flare fibers. And the bag's attacking me. In the Winter Rainbow. And Solar Flare is in the Apollo base, 80% BFL, 20% nylon, which I'd never worked with the BFL, or not that I remember working with BFL. So I have this, and then I have Forbidden Woolery, which we'd gotten on our yarn crawl, and she's local to us, and it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina in the New Moon colorway.
Yeah, and the decision on what was
the yarn. I had something completely wound up different for it, and I'm like...
Well, in our, like, the craft room thing, she's got all of these different colors lined up, and then it's like, well, which one looks good? And I'm like, well, and then I pick one completely that wasn't even part of the choice. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this one looks good. I'm like, no, that one, she goes like, that's not one that I would be considering.
Well, because Wendy Sky, I was thinking the blue skies and the rainbow.
Well, you know? Put it this way, with that variety of colors, it would go with pretty much anything. And so it's like, and I chose wrong. Because I didn't
know. It looked really pretty, and I had it wound and ready to go, but when I came to cast it on, I just can't do it. It just wasn't clicking.
the right mesh of colors and names and
well, because rainbow is God's promise. That's what rainbow is. Yeah. It's God's promise, and so it's the sky,
So you had to put the blue because then it's like the clouds in the sky and the rainbow. So yes. I get that. I chose like a green with a sparkle base that had it really went good too. I think any of those, because of that white with all of the different colors, it would go with pretty much anything. But it looks good, like I said.
So I'm doing it on size 5 Hiya Hiyas, of course. Hiya Hiya sharps, interchangeable, and the blue just really made it pop. So the Dicky Doo's there just to show the right side right now. I didn't get much done on this, but I did do a little bit, and that blue is just so popping.
Yeah, that looks good.
But
it's a sparkle base too.
Yeah, it's a sparkle base too. And I would say this isn't a beginner lace pattern. Because she does have pictures for this flower, she calls it a flower motif. It has the original name of this stitch is, it's a French name, I think. I had it, because there's a YouTube to how to do it. Yeah. Because you kind of need to see the YouTube picture to know where that hole is.
Yeah, well, at least there's a video that kind of shows.
Yeah,
it's got a stitch.
So that's where I would be leery of a beginner. But if you just follow it exactly, you could get it. So
yeah,
an advanced beginner, I would say. So, but so far it's really fun, and I'm getting all tangled. Well, you had scared me that I saw that other one not attached. So I'm like, oh. I forgot I'd cut it. And she has an interesting way, because I'm used to carrying yarns, I guess, more in Tarja-y way, and this was a whole different little
It's always good to try something different.
So it was like, oh, that's a neat little twist to it.
Put another trick in your trick bag.
In my trick bag.
Your tool bag. Got to say tool bag because I'm a guy. But yeah, so it's always good to learn something new.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful pattern, and I can't wait to get more into it. And I'm surprised there's only 9 projects here on Ravelry. I guess I should update it. 12 projects. So yeah, it's really beautiful, and I love that flower stitch. I can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah, when it starts to fill out, and then you can get a sense of the patterning.
And this should be a really good size shawl using about 800 yards. So
we got 2 skeins going.
Yeah,
so I mean it's
yeah, that'll be a really nice. And also blue. It went with the jeans thing more.
Fashions.
You could just wear it with more. I think. I have lots of green. I have lots of green because I just
pink
love
and green.
Pink and green. Yeah, but you can only wear so much pink and green. So.
Well, blue with rainbows.
Blue skies, got to have the blue skies.
Yeah. So,
and I did want to mention that, because I don't think I mentioned this last week, that some of the proceeds of her pattern sales goes to the Philadelphia School for the Deaf.
Oh.
So I was really...
well, that's pretty cool.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Her sister, to honor her sister who worked for the Philadelphia School for the Deaf, she's going to get pattern sales to San Diego School District Program for Hearing Impaired and Deaf Children, which is really cool because my minor was in deaf studies. So when I did my psychology degree, I was able to have deaf patients in my counseling. So that was really cool, because...
Yeah.
So then they wouldn't have to have an interpreter hearing their issues. It just made it a little bit better for the patient.
Which is good because she says I can't hear, so I got to start learning sign language so we can talk.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I taught Jimmy, out of womb, started.
Yeah.
And, so it was nice to be able to kind of scold him in the store or whatever, and nobody you're not
yelling across the store without making any noise.
Yeah, so
and having him understand. That's the key part of the other side of that is that he needs to know that you're not happy.
Till he was like 2, and he was like, "Use your words, mommy." See, he's always been a little smart aleck. You thought I was going to say
You saved
something.
it.
I know I did. So I think that's all my. No, it's not. Spinning. Almost forgot spinning. I finished my black trillium fiber in the watermelon colorway. I finished that up this week. Mm-hmm. So that is packed to the rim. I use a Louette Julia, because I always got to say Julia Gulia because that's her name. So I finished that, and that's 4 ounces, and I'm going to be plying that, and I'm using this salmon color, which is Village Spinning and Weaving in Solvang, California. I think we bought this when I got my wheel.
Yeah, we bought probably one of the ones that we got.
But I got 8 ounces, so I separated it where I can use 4 ounces because I'm going to ply that together where I can get big yardage. So that's what's up next. So, yep.
Pretty cool.
Just wondering what that paper was doing there. So I think that, and I spend 15 minutes a day. I literally put on a timer. I use my timer a lot for things because I don't take me time because there's so much on the farm that I can get distracted with that if I don't set, 15 minutes of spinning, that's this designated, and then, I time out different other things, Bible study and all that. So, just chewing away on that bone. So then in Flown the Coop, dropped it. I did a bunny nugget, and it's a Rebecca Danger pattern. And Jess, I can't remember now if she calls herself, J-E-S-S, I know I got the twang in it, J-E-S-S-E. So would that just be Jess?
That's a good question.
Or it could be, now I can't remember. She is Ucha. OOCHA on Ravelry. She has the Hungry Cat podcast. She's having a bunny nugget along. And that's a Rebecca Danger pattern. And it is a free pattern on Ravelry. And so, of course, I had to dig out my little Easter. And I have no clue whose bag this was. It was in a Wool Girl fiber sock kit. The beads have even came off, you know, so since Jimmy's vehicle is yellow, I had to do a yellow bunny. And in the back, I put a magnet, because Jess, I'm calling you Jess, please correct me. She had a whole special YouTube video on different ways, her tips and tricks, and
they use it as a refrigerator
magnet. So if he wants to just put it on in the fridge, and make sure when you do that, when you stick the magnet in there, before you sew it up, it's a hopping bunny. Go stick it. Oh, that sucker's just getting away from me.
I get it.
Oh. Make sure you stick it to the fridge to make sure it's going to stick, because my first magnet that I thought was pretty strong, it didn't, because of this is
the
red heart. Yeah, the yarn was thick and the
puffiness.
So the eyes and the nose, I didn't embroider. These are from 6060 Eyes on Etsy. And then you get to the top of your ears and you have your leftover yarn. And I put that back in and I pull it all the way down and out. So it will get, by yanking, it makes his little ears bend without having to even use like a paper cleaner, pipe cleaner. Paper cleaner. How often do you clean your paper? Bet you didn't know there was such a thing, huh? So yeah, that's just another thing, that I do. Tip. And I didn't do the bunny tail because if it's on the fridge, it's not gonna. It's gonna be in the way. So
you'll be looking down at the ground.
And I imagine Weasley, our cat, is going to attack the fridge and get this anyways. There was something else I thought I was going to mention about this. I can't remember now. Poppy keeps still trying to steal it, but so that's why it's still in the bag.
Hi, buddy.
You're Dundee. This is Dundee.
This is my boy.
So
thanks for stopping in. You want the bunny nugget, huh? Oh, he knows. Oh,
you
see him?
Said the
the B word. We play chase.
Oh no.
All right, buddy. You have to get down.
He thinks he's Chihuahua size.
He says, "I fit in your lap."
He's a baby. Yes, he does. So, where am I at?
Bunny nugget.
Yeah, that's flown the coop. Yep. So, Squeal Like a Pig. So, Squeal Like a Pig is, I already showed you my Hiya Hiya bamboo needles. Another set. And, I mentioned my Wendy Sky pattern from Lorraine. And then blackhorseknitter, she sent me, you've got to see this card. You got to see this card. Isn't that so sweet? But she sent me CUZZA seeds.
Cucuzza
seeds. And it's, was it an Italian?
She described it like it's an Italian vegetable that is like something, but it's like...
Yes, she sent...
a whole thing on it to put in our garden.
It has the texture of an eggplant, but tastes more like a zucchini. Yeah, it is an Italian squash. And she is so sweet. She sent pictures of it growing in her garden, how long it gets. I mean, even dishes to use, which I just love this. So I am so excited to get these going. And
because you have to grow these on a trellis, because the thing looks like it grows to about 2 to 3 feet long.
Well, I don't want to show the picture because it's she does have her own podcast, Me, My Dog, and Some Yarns. So
But yeah, so that's nice of her.
And of course she sent a cute little mini skein for my Scrappy Happy blanket. So I cannot wait to use that. So that was really sweet. Totally squealed. And then on the lovesockwool podcast, she had a Gnome Acres along with This Old Knit podcast. But on the lovesockwool podcast, I won a prize, and that came this week, and it's Gnome Acres Fingering Sock Scruffy Gnome Base in the cookie colorway. So, it is so cool. Doesn't that look like chocolate chips in there? Oh, it just makes you hungry. You know, and Gnome Acres is always wonderfully dyed and great to knit with. And
looks like chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. Once you said that, that's all I can think of now. It's like,
It's like, getting hungry.
Yeah. It must be lunchtime because I keep mentioning food.
Yeah, you do. And your coffee. S'mores coffee and chocolate. We're going to make everybody hungry.
Yeah.
We're going to need to start putting an intermission in our podcast so that you guys can like take a break because we'll be talking.
And go get snacks.
Yeah, go get snacks.
Yeah.
Healthy snacks.
So what are you eating during the podcast? In fact, we always have water.
We just water.
We're big water drinkers.
You guys don't want to watch us eat while we're
If you follow me on my fitness pal, you know I drink at least 23 cups of water a day. That's my main beverage.
Water on tap, huh?
Water, yeah.
Yeah.
I keep filling her up. Good for your skin. Oh, you just want me to still go?
Well,
I can always keep talking.
Unless you want me to go.
Well, it's
I'm trying to figure out.
Mama Linda, which that's just what I call her, because I've adopted her, of the Knitworthy podcast. She is Stony Brook on Ravelry and Instagram. But I don't normally mention other things that I do and that I copy her. But
inspired by.
Oh yes, yeah. She inspires, enables, and enables. In fact, she just started Zentangle this past week, and I'm right there. I just haven't had sit down time until you go back to work because he's off for 4 days, so that gets the whole schedule discombobulated. But on their podcast, they have a crafty thing. She is amazing at everything. She does lettering, hand lettering, art,
ultimate crafty
oils,
person,
painting, watercolors, Bible journaling. You name it, she can do it. She's done these rug things. I want to go to Missouri. Missouri, and I want to be a little mouse, and I just want to sit there and watch what she does. You know,
take lots of notes.
Yes, it's like I mean, Brienne is so lucky that she has a mom to do knitting and crafting and stuff, and that relationship they have is just phenomenal. So if you're not watching them, turn us off and go watch them because I love them to pieces.
Enabling, inspiration, right?
Well, and they're such beautiful people. Yeah. Their faith and love for God and everything just emanates from everything they do and say, and they're just truly lovely people, and I don't talk about them enough. He knows them just from me talking about them. Their ears must be burning all the time because, so... Even Jimmy knows. He goes, "Oh, which one?" Because I'll either have to say Hot Pink Socks or Mama Linda or So he's like, "Which one are you talking about?" Anyways, she's been doing different journalings and she crafts them more herself. But I'm not that crafty, and
not yet at least.
I was needing more of a planner style thing, so I did get this week, and it's funny because the same day this was coming, the night before, Brienne had ordered a different kind but very similar planner. So we're both heading down the bunny trail.
The planner path.
Yeah. See, and Brienne's already ordered tons of stickers and stuff off of Etsy, which I haven't done it yet. I did go to Michael's though. Did you know Michael's has like 3? I'm spitting. I'm glad you guys can
put your spray shield on.
Yeah, because that front row's getting wet now. rows of stickers, aisle rows, front and back. I mean, it was so overwhelming because Jimmy and I went and, because I knew this was coming because Prime shipping on Amazon is so awesome. So,
I have to interject. Dawn loves stickers and always has.
Yeah.
And so this enables her to buy more stickers. And so this is like a win-win for her. It's like now she's got the excuse to go buy more stickers.
Yeah, because you can't just buy. What are you buying them for? It's like but now
you got a whole book to put them in,
Yeah.
and so yeah.
So this just reminded me of my grandma's like Afghans she has made me. So that's why I went with this one, and it's got gorgeous. It has like the full layout of the month, so you can see like your whole month going on. But then it has the week, so you can plan your week, and has lots of writing room. I like to write, so I needed lots of writing room.
Well, this is good because Dawn always has a calendar.
Yeah.
Ever since I know her, has a calendar. She marks stuff that happens on so she can go back through her whole life now, and she could tell you what she was doing on a particular day somewhere in 1995 because she marks it down. But she usually just uses a wall calendar and makes little notes. So now she can really expand on that. And
then it has this cool section where you can see, what were you reading that month, eating, drinking. That's going to be water. Or I could say that's s'mores coffee. What you're watching on TV, how you're feeling, what you're grateful for. So it's just going to be loads of fun. And, Jimmy and I because we were going after birthday cards for you, he got me these stickers. That's not going to show. I need something white. Here's, oh yeah, that'd be better. He got me these stickers.
That's the kind of humor we have here. It goes along with your
my poop bag. So, yeah, he had to get me those. So, they're just too
At least
funny.
they're smiling.
Happy poop. So, yeah, that was his first use of his ATM card. So, yep. So, I'm super excited about that. And, I don't normally talk about different crafty things I do, but yeah, I had to because it made me totally squeal like a pig this week, and I couldn't wait. So
She was anxiously awaiting the arrival.
yeah, so stickers and washi tape, kazoo at Michael's, even fabric kind. Mama Linda hadn't told me about the fabric kind. I am like so stoked about that. Boy, that's dating
flashback.
us.
Go look at your calendar, see the last time you used the word stoked.
I know. What's that? Wayne's World, It's
our flashback episode.
Yeah.
So.
I guess we need the water poured. Oh, that's Flash Dance, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we were talking about stickers, and we were talking about stickers back from when we were kids, and you get the one that has the little rainbowy background and stuff, because I used to like stickers when I was a kid too. I probably have a box, like she's got a box out in the garage. We just haven't compared our boxes of stickers together. But yeah, we were talking about the old, the old rainbow. It has the old rainbowy stuff on the back.
Well, and you had to have, let's just pour it out there. You had to have the local motion.
Oh, that's
sticker.
A little further down the road. That's when you had a car and you had a back window because you had to put that on the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, stickers, gotta have them.
Yep. Well, even Jimmy had a sticker book. He wasn't. I think that was more because Mommy was.
Jimmy had a sticker book.
And he's so not like us.
Yeah.
He takes after my mother. No crap around, nothing to dust.
Yeah.
His house, when he gets it, will be stark
spotless.
white.
Yeah, spotless.
Yeah.
So where
You're
we
just
at?
learning way too much about us.
as we mentioned before, I had a birthday, and I was kind enough to get a card in the mail from Heidi, which is Cookie Lady Knits. So, of course, the camera and the smile. I mean, that was awesome of her to remember my birthday and get it to me ahead of time. So actually, this came, was it Friday?
I think so.
So. Yeah. So awesome. Thank you very much. That was very sweet. So, but
she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. And of course, got to have a camera.
Yeah, that's
to go along with my tripods.
I needed to find that card, Heidi. So, are we moving to in the arena now?
I think we're in the arena.
We're in the arena. I wanted to give some pod love out there. And the first podcast that brand new this week was the Knitting Type, and that's Sara. And she has 2 episodes now out, and go give her a watch. She has shows really pretty knit garments that she has on mannequins, and they're named. Which kind of gave me the willies for a minute there, because I'm like, I'm waiting for him to come alive.
You have those fake, the models that stay still, and they just kind of come at you.
That's what I was waiting for it to move, So go give her a watch, and very entertaining. And then there was one called Stressknits, and I only got to watch one of those, and that's with Stacey, and she's lives in a college dorm. She's a college student, so it's neat to see what she even has time to knit. It's like how she doesn't just knit socks, because you can do that without looking, in a lecture, and stuff. So she's really fun to watch. The one episode that I got to watch, I got to go watch some more of her, and it's neat seeing different perspectives of different cycles of life. Would that be the?
Yeah, I would say it's different.
That sounds like the Lion King, the circle of life.
The different generations and the way they look at things.
Yeah, and what they're knitting and what they're choosing to knit, and Papi Chulo.
Poppy's trying to get into.
He's in the shipping department, and one leg is up on a box, the other one's still down here, and his ears tweaked back. You could see he's totally looking to get into trouble.
Yeah.
So then, and I will have their Ravelry groups linked, so then you can just go to that, and you can find everywhere where they're at and their Ravelry names. And then the Knitting Broomstick. And I just loved the name because I instantly just thought of like Harry Potter, and come to find out she does like Harry Potter. And I was thinking the broomstick, the nimbus,
I
want her to fly. I want her to grab a broom and I want her to fly.
Well, I thought you were thinking either the Quidditch broomstick, right, or the self-sweeping broomstick that's cleaning.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice, veganjilly? Because
the Roomba. That's called Roomba.
Yeah. Well, she has 5 kids, so she could really use that broomstick that probably cleans, So. And I just loved watching her. I did watch, she has quite a few episodes. I'm just climbing out from under the rock to find her. And she's veganjilly on Instagram and Ravelry. And, she's got lots of different things going on. So it's like, you're just like, ooh, what's she going to talk about next? And so I'm really excited to get caught up on her. And, I follow her on Instagram, so seeing all the different stuff and see how she has time to even knit what she does. I don't know, with 5 kids. I mean, just one, and he's self-cared. He's out of diapers. Thank God, huh? He's 19 or 18.
18.
See, I don't even know how my
he's got a little ways to go. He's got a couple more months, so.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah. Closer than further.
Shoot, I had to have had him when I was, 2?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
23, 25. That's how it is. He watches enough,
Maybe
and you'll agree.
Time warp thing, like on. So you fell asleep during that part last night on
Terminator Genesis. Yeah.
So you don't know what the heck I'm ever talking about, do you?
I wasn't sure where you were going with that. So
yeah. So go give those few podcasts. Sorry, dog. I'm just kicking him right in my head. I'm like, what is that? So there's been many more. There's, like I said, every week there's like 4 to 5 brand new spanking podcasts. There's a couple more, but I didn't get to watch them, so I don't really want to mention them yet. But there's just, so many. So
Come here, buddy.
you can always just type in knitting on YouTube, and you're going to get a whole slew. And I know I've got diarrhea of the mouth. Two Tangled Skeins has a whole list, and so does Thank God It's Friday podcast group. They both have podcast lists. I don't want to do that because there's going to be someone that I didn't get on the list, and I would feel horrible that they think I'm leaving them out or whatever. I don't play favorites. I don't, that's no. So I'll send you to them. You can go complain to them if someone's not on their list. So,
That's why there's a search. Just go to YouTube
go
and
to
search.
yeah.
But you highlight the ones that you come
I've
across.
come across this week. So, yeah.
Cool. So we end round up now?
Yep, I've got
Round
some.
it up.
Round it up. So we have our winter hatch-a-knit knit along. We've always done a hatch-a-knit, but we've extended it to a 3-month time frame now. And that is from January to March. So at the end of this month, we will be drawing prizes. We have prizes from Packing Knits, Design, and Left Field Knitter, which both of them do have podcasts, so you can YouTube them. Search for them on YouTube. So, but they've donated prizes, and so cool. And that is anything you knit. You know, it's not a designated sock or stripey or whatever. This is anything knitting, crochet, spinning, sewing, whatever. Stick it in there, and no time frame as long as it was finished
during that, and then
because I know Knitted Paradise is having a spring cleaning. I don't know the details, but it sounds similar, like finished. But I think it's before January. You need to go to her podcast to find out the rules. So because I was thinking, oh cool, I can enter, and I don't have nothing before. These are all things I just keep starting. I just keep starting things, and I know a lot of you, because you've messaged me, are feeling this cast-on-itis. And there's no vaccine for it. You just got to do it.
It's the ebb and flow of knitting, right?
Yeah.
So you get a big spurt of getting things casted on, and then it's kind of then you get all of them done, and then another.
And today's spring forward, so
time. If you're in a state that has daylight savings, so we're.
I know you like it because you'll get
I get
extra light.
A whole extra hour of light when I get home. I feel like I could actually do something, as opposed to getting home with it dark out. It's like, what? Do I have a fuzz on my chin?
Yeah, from Dundee. Yeah. It's your new goatee.
It's my goatee.
Yeah.
My single strand goatee.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I guess that's.
I think I'll just hush.
Yeah, we'll just wrap it up, and
we'll just stop there before I go down the wrong path.
So, anyways, I want to remind you that we have Wolf Farm video podcast button. You can get one of those for free with any paid order at Wolf Farms. Just ask for that in the comments section when you are checking out, and be happy to stick one in your order. Oh, you forgot.
And I forgot.
Oh, our YouTube.
We do have our YouTube giveaway for subscribers of the YouTube channel. Since we're trying to get our subscribership kind of from iTunes that way, because we have tons on iTunes. But
we can watch us however you want. Just subscribe over there so that we can so we can give away this yarn. We really want to give away this yarn.
Want it. It's Wollmeise. You really don't want it, so
so
it's just that.
Just subscribe if you haven't, and then you might win something.
Yep. So, I think that we'll just wrap this on up.
Yep.
So until next time.
Let's get cracking.
And
hatch it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.